Welcome to the Childish Grown-Up Show, where we treat each episode like your movie theater experience. We catch up with one another, play some games, talk previews, and before you know it, it's time for the feature presentation. So sit tight and enjoy this ride of nostalgia on the Childish Grown-Up Show.
All right, y'all. It's your favorite time of the week, Wednesdays. And we are here again for another episode of the Childish Grown-Up Show. I am one of the hosts. Y'all know me as Mo, Maurice Hunt III. I am here with my two wonderful co-hosts, Ash Bash, Mia G. And we have a special guest today, our brother, a friend of ours now. He's now a friend of the show, Juice. I'm going to ask Juice before I ask y'all. Even though it's always ladies first, but I'm gonna ask Juice, how you feeling today, brother? How's your week going so far, man?
Not too bad, man. Celebrated Father's Day
Yes,
yesterday, so
sir.
happy Father's Day to you.
Yeah,
Happy
you too, man. Yeah.
but outside of that, everything's going good. Just adulting and taking it day by day.
Boy, I feel that. All right, all right. We're gonna tap back in on that Father's Day. Ash, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. Had a good weekend. Of course, Pops, he came over, cooked breakfast for him and Tyler. So I just did a double whammy. Yeah, it was good.
You say you made breakfast?
I did.
Oh, okay. I did. Okay, I missed. All right.
Don't do me.
No, we'll come back to that. Mia G, how you feeling today?
I'm hanging in there, but I've been good. I had a great time celebrating Father's Day with my daddy
Mm-hmm.
and the whole fam.
All right.
Stepmom got on the grill. We all just kind of kicked it. Um, Daddy and his girls. And since then, just working, work week, momming, adulting. Happy to be here.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all heard it here. Hopefully, y'all, by the time y'all hearing this, if y'all having a tough week, a challenging week, hopefully this could take y'all mind off of the bills and the hustle and the struggle and all of the things that we got to deal with being childish grown-ups. So hopefully y'all getting some laughter and some joy this week. Speaking of y'all, we got to acknowledge the Stoop kids. So we got a few comments, some interesting, fun comments. First off, our number one childish grown-up, Mama C, she left a comment on our last YouTube episode. She said, "You said it right. Favorite time of the week." And this is one of my favorites. Obviously, this is from our South Central review. So, Mia, do you got any insight at all about? Okay, man, you're supposed to be on top of this. You are insider. What? Come on.
That's one movie that me and her have never watched together and we have never talked about. Of all the movies we talk about, I didn't even know that she really loved that movie like that.
She like hood movies? Okay, so yeah, all right. We go revisit it. Mama C, give us a little more insight on why South Central is one of your favorites. Also, I think we'll double back on Mama C. She was feeling good this week, so she doubled back and hit the IG, and she left a comment. Finally, she might be the first childish grown up that has actually left her childish grown up moment. So she left on IG on the page. If y'all want to follow us, the Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces. She says, "My childish moment was last week. My hubby was out of town for his brother's birthday, and I had been going to the store purchasing snacks and hiding them. And while he was gone, I ate my snacks and watched cartoons, my trashy shows, as he calls them." Laughing emoji. Mia.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Listen, your mom watched cartoons.
I mean,
She is the most unique. This is mind blowing to me. Like, how is she so youthful?
she is a childish grown-up. I feel like both of my parents are childish grown-ups, which is why I have to be the adult. It's hard raising your parents, I
You are
swear.
fried. It's hard. Raise your parents. Mama C, hit us back. Thank you for sharing that. Hit us back. We definitely want to know why South Central is one of your favorite movies, and we also want to know what cartoons are you watching, what snacks is you eating on, like what's up, like I got to know this. It's like what is are we talking 70s, 80s, 90s? Where are we going with cartoons? I'll really be intrigued by this.
Me too, because I don't know what cartoons she over there watching either.
For real. And then the trashy shows, I would like to know that. I don't know. Are we talking love and hip hop, or where we going? Lastly, we got a comment from, I've been doing the short reels from the video I put out, Toys You Never Got Part 1. Honda Recon Dude says, I don't know where my ball is, probably outside somewhere, but I have Charizard, and I used to, hold on, he says, I have Charizard and Pikachu, and I used to bite them and throw them at the wall to test if it was real gold. Now, this is what I was talking about in the video, the promotion that they had with the Pokemon. I don't know if it was the movie, but it was the gold Pokemon card. Definitely used to bite on them things. Like you definitely wanted to know. I don't know why that's the thing, but you wanted to know. So shout out to that individual. Shout out to Ash again. I always refer, because I actually had one of them things. Held on to it for the longest. It was not a trade I could make with my sister that she would let me get that gold Pokemon card, bro. To this day. So
Man, I lost mine.
Hey, you know what's crazy? My cousin hit me up and he sent me a eBay link, bro. Somebody selling it for $20.
Are you serious?
Bro, they've had me in the chokehold. I was damn near like, hey, listen, I'm about to do a back-to-back video. Cause I like $20. I need that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, nah, who ain't mad at it? You know what I mean? So thank y'all. We'll continue to keep putting out these reels, of course, as well as these long formatted podcasts. So thank y'all for writing in. If y'all want to reach out, of course, y'all can hit us on our YouTube, our Instagram, The Childish Grown Ups Show, no spaces, or hit our email, childishgrownups3@gmail.com. Oh man. All right. Childish grown up moment. Ash, I'm gonna throw the ball in your court first. I know we all kind of had a challenging week last week to have a childish grown up moment, but now that we're here, we got a little bit more time to let it marinate a little bit. You got a childish grown up moment for us?
Recently played 2K. Haven't played that in a very long time.
2K what?
And it 25. So it is the new one, but it took me back because me and bro used to play each other on 2K. Like, we used to create a team of like mid-tier players and then face each other and just start hooping. We made Jordans when Jordan wasn't on the 2K games. We made them ourselves. We made the Wizard Jordan, then we made the Bulls Jordan, and we would just face each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took me back to that. But I was playing by myself, and then Tyler, he wanted to play. So then me and him faced each other. But we did the blacktop. We didn't play like full game. We just did blacktop, a couple rounds. For that, because I don't want to, I don't want to do 4 quarters. I'm trying to get to 21 and I'm out. So he had Jordan and Pippen. So that's who he went with.
Wow, and Pip, okay.
I know. I had Kobe and Giannis because I need a big man to, be able to get blocks.
Who got the dub?
I mean, I had to pack him up real quick.
You packed him up and he had Jordan?
I want to say that, but I had to pack him up. AT. But his defense, he don't really play sport games. So
okay, fair.
We played twice. Had to pack him up, but
Okay, it's been a grip. Yeah, I remember. I remember. Like, we definitely used to get it in on those late nights, hooping with making the fake Jordans and stuff. And remember, we used to be like, from afar, like, they kind of look like him. Like, the created player looked nothing like Jordan. They didn't have the features. Literally, the next year, 2K11. This is 2K10. 2K11, they put Jordan on there. But we was like, that kind of looked like Jordan right there. It never looked like Jordan. But yeah, all right, cool. Juice, what about you, man? You got a childish grown up moment for us in this past week?
It's every day, but let me see the most recent one. When I got done putting the baby to sleep last night, I immediately took some time to myself and hopped on Fortnite.
Okay.
Went went and bought me the Bob's Burger skin out here hitting the gritty on little kids, you know.
Not the Bob Burger skin.
Hey, they put out the Father's Day. They put what Bob, Cleveland, the Hank Hill.
I got to get the Hank Hill. I need the Hank Hill.
look.
The Hank Hill I gotta have that one.
I was torn. I'm like, I got Bob. I'm like, I gotta get Cleveland to Hank. I kind of want to go Cleveland because black, but
yeah.
But Hank is like it's hard. So
Hank Cleveland's like he's black, but do I really?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get my V-Bucks up and then go from there.
Oh my
right.
God.
No, I love it. I love it. Like, let this man have something to himself.
You see how she hating?
You know what I mean? Let this man have something to himself. Like, hey, look, everything's taken care of. This, I got this for me. Let me have this, please. Like, so, shout out to you, brother. Like, it's great for not only being a father, but just great for mental health. So, getting your gaming in is always dope.
Absolutely.
Mia G, what about you? You got a childish grown up moment for us?
Oh my gosh, it was hard to come up with something. I've been on my grown woman. But the only thing I could think of was like Father's Day. After we all ate and everything, we all sat on the couch, like my dad's house. They have like this curved couch, and we all
Sexual?
just piled up. It is, but it's like it's hard to explain. Like it's like a not like a C shape, but kind of like it has a recliner on one side and then like just like the couch. But me, my dad, and my little sisters all like piled up on the couch, and I was like snuggled up next to my dad,
Oh,
and we watched Life. And since I'm like way older than all my little sisters, me and my dad were talking, reciting every line from the whole movie, and they were like super annoyed with us. Like, oh my God, I can't watch a movie with y'all. Because like everything, because they're
Mhm.
like baby babies, and I'm the 90s baby. So me and my dad have like a special little, y'all wasn't there, but y'all wasn't there.
I know. You put your dad in a tight spot like that. You know that, right? Look at she like that. Well,
Warm
hey, that's on
privilege.
you, bro.
They'll be okay.
All right, man. Hey, listen. I eventually I don't know when life will come up because I'm sure it will come up. I got a whole different conversation to have about that movie.
Oh man.
Yeah, but for me, my childish grown up moment is yesterday Saturday we were watching TV and we was like, hey, you know what? Let's watch the BET Awards. Let's watch the 2025 BET Awards. It's been a minute since we watched. But I don't watch award shows. I don't care to. It's not for me. It's cheesy, corny, just a lot of fluffing, a lot of glazing. But so my wife went to it, and I was like, dang, 3 hours. So I was not about to get into it. I had my I'm in the bed. I got my phone. I'm like, I'll be looking, but I ain't really. But they came out the gate with the 106 in Park, like homage. And listen, bro, the phone went down. I hit the lock screen so quick. And at least for that first hour, it was all like 106 tribute. Listen, I was like yelling like I was a teenager. I was like, oh, I was even getting hyped for B2K. I keep it a bean. I was getting hyped for even B2K, just seeing them get busy. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, dang, even B2K, look at them. Ashanti, there was some people I felt they could have subbed out. I didn't think T.I. should have been there. He was a little bigger than kind of the 2000s in my opinion. They should have probably had Pretty Ricky. But
Ain't one of them niggas in jail?
Probably Slick'em. I think Slick'em, yeah. But but yeah, but nonetheless, that first hour, that 106 Park piece, and we ended up watching the whole 3 hours of it. Kevin Hart was the host, and I what I did like as far as the childish grown up, the BET Awards was huge as a kid for us. We all know this. Like we grew up in the Monique era, you know what I mean? Monique hosting, doing the Beyonce like that, Will Smith hosting. Like we grew up where it was prestige award shows, and I don't know what happened, but I know there has been a meeting behind closed doors about, hey, we tired of giving our talent over to the Grammys and the Oscars and the VMAs. It's time to bring prestige back to this, and that's why I appreciate what Kevin Hart did as far as say, hey, y'all put some, formal attire. Like, look, this is what we're doing, and they brought the prestige back. It was too long, but great award show nonetheless. So that was my childish grown up moment. Just tuning into what that meant. That we used to watch BET Awards as a family. That was a family staple, and it's always around my sister's birthday. So that's all we always remember. Like, oh, it's her birthday. The BET Awards is coming. It's always around that, and so it just brought me back to enjoy it. So to be honest, I'm gonna watch it next year. They kind of got me back on the train. That nostalgia really hit for me. So that's my childish grown up moment, man. And y'all know, y'all reach out, man. Like just like Mama C, give us your childish grown up moment. Man. Really have a moment to have a childlike moment, man. Just ain't nothing like that childlike joy. So, Ash.
Yes, sir. All right. It's time for the Flash with Ash. So I have a couple fun facts and then some this or that. This, all right? So first fun fact, this is of 1995. Batman Forever was the highest grossing film in the U.S. Is that surprising to y'all, or is that track?
Let me pull up that Batman Forever. I just gotta remember
what?
Because
that was I loved that movie.
Is that Michael Keaton? Let me see.
I think that's Val, right?
Yeah, Val was in that one.
Val Kilmer.
Oh, Val, really?
And Jim Carrey.
Oh, with the Riddler, bruh. I feel like don't this movie get like mixed reviews?
It does, but that was I loved that movie.
And it had Robin in it. Oh, I like this one. I really like this. That the Gotham world they built in this, it was fun. Like, I mean, again, I'm not a deep comic book guy, but like this was good. Like they had Tommy Lee. They had like 3 villains. I love this. Like Batman, I mess around and go watch this again. When we do a round of hero movies, because I think we got to do something like that. Who knows? You know what I mean? So yeah, no surprise there for me.
Okay. Yeah, Val, man, he's so old now, but back then I was like,
he just passed away. I think.
Did he?
And I'm not,
Val Kilmer, right?
Did he pass?
Did he pass away?
Yeah, I think he did pass. Yeah.
Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, he just passed like a month or 2 ago.
Oh my!
About to fact check it.
I am about to fact check. Yeah,
things.
April 1st, 2025.
Once it's on air,
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man.
I wasn't a big fan of him as Batman, though. I'll be honest. Not that he did a bad job. It's just I got a different idea of Batman in my head. It's like there's a look and then there's a voice, and sometimes they got one or the other. Like Christian Bale, like I feel like he has the Batman look, or I guess it's the Bruce Wayne look, but I didn't feel like he had the Batman voice. And then so I feel like the closest I had to pull it up, but I had to see who the closest Batman was as far as both sides of it. But anyway, I don't want to prolong this, but I'm gonna look that up while you're going to your next thing.
I think Val Kilmer was the first Batman I ever saw, so I just it clicked for me.
That makes sense.
And Christian, I think he did a good job, but I can't unsee what I saw on Shaft.
I still don't like him. Like it's just because
I can't mess with him.
Homeboy got rhythm, huh?
Yeah, man. It's just the disrespect was at all times.
It was too high. Like, don't come over here being British and acting like a white American and then be racist. Like, bro, who's your agent? It's like,
point he ad-libbed. They ain't even write that. He just threw that in there.
You were method acting, right?
I gotta cut it out.
All right. Next fact. In 1995, Match.com was the only online dating site.
Oh, Match.com. Hey, yo,
Wow.
I wonder how many people are still like who really did it? Like who's still together with somebody that they met on Match.com?
I know somebody, and when I was in Tennessee, his name is Dave. I worked with him at a bank, and he met his wife on Match. They're still married, got 2 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. paid that fee and got to it.
Is he an older guy?
Yeah, he's actually like 37. It's not even
wow.
like
No freaking way, bro. Hold on.
A 37-year-old.
Do the math. Who I was
Yes.
hitting in? What are we
I'm
talking
like,
about?
on Match? That's crazy.
Yeah.
We got Tinder and Bumble. You on Match?
First
Hold
of
on.
all,
Wait.
ain't nobody meeting their wife on Tinder.
You might.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, it's a possibility. You
Might.
know, you might
You know?
be. It might be reformed. There's possibilities. You know,
No.
Now, I've never been on a dating site ever.
I haven't either. But
So
well, as a kid, I was on Black Planet.
that's not
Oh,
that's
we talked about that. That
We were
was
making
like
connections. What do you
Thing could be a dating site if you use it right.
See, look, a Messenger, Black Planet, the chat rooms.
Boom.
You make them connections. It's a dating site. It's up.
Hey, the ASL is dating for sure.
Hey man, listen. Listen.
Hey man, that Yahoo was jumping back then.
It was
okay.
jumping. Oh man, don't get me started.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting fact. So I wanted to bring it to y'all. All right, so let's get into some this or that. Are we going rollerblades or roller skates?
Okay. Unpopular opinion. I was the kid who had a pair of rollerblades. I didn't have roller skates. I was always better at rollerblading.
That money.
Definitely got that money. Mm-hmm.
Nah, man.
Nah, don't downplay. What was you gonna say, Juice?
I'm going skates because I never learned to rollerblade. Like my mama was like, "Yeah, you're not really that straight line. You need 4 wheels, like for safety." Because like my grandma was real on that anxiety. Everything is dangerous. So surprised I even got to skate. But hey,
ain't that 90s though? Like ain't that so 90s? Like you think about your mom, your grandma, like these people worry about everything.
Yeah.
Don't do that because of this. Don't do that because of this. Don't that's so like man, that's yeah, all right. It's hard because I learned how to do both. We were late in the game to rollerblades, I feel like, Ash.
Yeah.
Was you who taught us the rollerblade? Was it you? Who?
We just was out there skating, just learning on our. I don't feel like nobody taught us.
I feel like somebody gave me the hit. I feel like somebody gave me like, nah, you got to do it like this, and then I figured it out. But to keep it a bean, it's still gonna be roller skates, just because rollerblading, it didn't work well in the neighborhood streets. You know, I feel like those wheels, it didn't really lean towards convenience. Like I feel like it really, when them wheels got really dried out, you know, because that's what happens. You roll them down. I don't feel like it was beneficial. And then I did use rollerblades in the skating ring at one time, but I still felt better with the skates, because at the end of the day, you still gonna get a good balance with that 4-wheel spread versus the straight line. So, but you definitely was like, if you had the rollerblades, you was definitely the talk of the town. Like you was different.
Facts.
What about you, Ash?
I'm going roller skates. I did both as well, but the blades, they were less comfortable to me, and then they always hurted my leg. Like I don't know, that material that was like on the inside.
Yeah. I remember
shave
that.
up against my leg, and I didn't like it at all. So I'm going skates.
And then you kind of had to step with rollerblades. Like it wasn't really like the roller skates. You can kind of you can get a kick and just roll. With the rollerblades, you got to really step. You know what I'm talking about, me? You got to step into it.
That's why my calves are so strong. But
hey, shout out to you. Yeah,
gotta have strong.
Because these I got.
Oh yeah, you get to it. What you lifting on the leg?
What you mean?
You know what I mean?
Because I lift heavy every time I train, but like
where you at today?
Like with my squats?
No, just like on the leg press.
Ooh. I can leg press probably. I don't know the heavy. Like I don't want to go as like the heaviest I can leg press, but I could probably leg press a good think 350. Maybe
350 is crazy. 350 is whoa.
But not like consistently, but I can get it
Max
up.
out like you could get it out one good time. Be careful. Don't let your knees go backwards.
Right? Oh, I don't lock my knees when
it's smart.
I'm not
you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Now you got to post it.
My bad. See, I was just about.
You got to have proof.
Yeah, we need to prove because you definitely say, hey, work out today. All hey, go ahead, throw that on there. throw it on there. I'll repost it on Childish Grown Up page.
Meet me at PF.
You be going too early.
Look at it. All right, Ash, what you got next for us?
Are you going bike or scooter?
We talking which scooter?
Just the regular, no motors to it. Yeah, kick push scooter.
The razors?
Yeah, you remember the joints we grew up on? You literally pull the pole up and then you just kick and
I'm talking about that. Yeah.
Tear your ankles up.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm deaf bike.
What you say, Juice?
My bad. I'm bike.
Bike. Why you choose bike over the scooter?
It's like, look, scooter tore my ankles up, man.
What was you doing with the scooter?
Trying to do too much, chasing the other kids. I'm trying to go fast. I'm hitting potholes. Bink, bink. Ooh. Like, stick to bike.
Yeah, I'm. It's definitely bike. Like the scooter is probably one of the most overrated vehicles for kids because bruh, like it looks so cool. Oh, it folds up and it snaps together and then you unfold it. You thought you was a cool, like they promoting you could put the scooter in your backpack because it folds. You see the handlebars hanging. You could even put the handlebars down with the string. You could fold the whole joint. And then you get on it like, okay, it's cool, but it's like a lot of effort. It's like a skateboard with handlebars, right? Which was cool, but like it got old pretty fast. And it's really like I feel like you just got no safety measure. Like a bike can handle like what Juice is talking about, like the potholes or whatever. A bike can handle a little doo-doo. You can kind of still hang on and handlebars give you like, yeah, it's definitely the bike. Like I don't think even a hoverboard is better than a bike. I don't really know anything is better than a bike other than like probably like a motored bike or something like.
Right.
Bike is always number one for me when you talk about that type of transportation. So I'm going bike as well.
Like I even tried to ride one of them like bird scooters, like modern time. Them things are scary, bro. Like
with the motors on them, like the.
My friend tore her ACL on the scooters downtown.
What?
Like that is so unsafe.
Had to have surgery. Was in a boot.
Whoa. Wait. Wow. So you rode one of those.
Yeah, like as an adult, like on some downtown, we out like day party drinking. I'm like, I'm gonna ride the scooter. I didn't fall, but like riding through downtown with all the cars coming, and them things go low key fast. Like, it's so unsafe. I see why people get injured all the time riding them.
I did not know people was getting injured. That is new to me.
I've never been on one, but they do look fast. When I would see people, I'm like, whoa, downtown is crazy to me.
You need a seat. Like that's the moral of the story. You need a seat.
Mm-hmm.
standing up, rolling fast is not a good idea
at all.
So Mia, I'm assuming you're going bike as well.
Absolutely. I don't even think I've ever. I don't think I've ever really done anything with a scooter. But that bicycle, yeah, I'm rocking with that the whole way.
Okay, Ash.
Definitely going bike. Scooter, I mean, they're both exercise, but that scooter's too much work. Like, for you to even pick up speed, you really gotta, that leg gotta be so strong trying to get that speed. And
kick the hell out of the ground.
Your feet ain't really fit for 2 feet to be on there like that. Like, I don't got time. So you ride with the one leg up.
And then remember the brake was on the back wheel?
Right.
Like, bro, you remember that? Like, you got to hit the back wheel. Like, bro, come on.
Coordination on that is just not good.
But it looks so good, though. Like, the promo, the way the scooter looked, that silver, the handle, it looked so fire back then. But no.
They sold it for sure. But
they definitely sold it, yeah.
Last one for y'all. Connect Four or checkers? I'll go first if y'all want me to.
You definitely can, because I really got to ponder this one.
I thought this was a good matchup.
I think I got my answer.
I'm going Connect Four. I was kind of later into the checker game. Like I enjoyed it, but I was at Connect Four getting somebody in a two-way. Like that was my go-to to try to get it. Having a two-way win. Checkers is fun too, but you had to think a little more on the checkers. When I was young, I was just trying to win. I ain't really trying to be strategic on it. So I think I'm going Connect Four. But both fun though.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, man. Since you say you got yours ready.
I have to go with checkers because once I learned how to play, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm jumping you
one of them.
Yeah. Like you couldn't tell me nothing once I really learned how to play checkers. That used to be, I wanted to play at every possible opportunity. But I do, of course, Connect Four is still fun to this day, even as an adult.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Go to any, like, where they have the big Connect Four, like Dave and Buster's or
everywhere.
Yeah, like
the big. I forgot about the big boy,
like
the big joint.
You could still get.
Don't do the big boy because you really trying to embarrass me for real. Like keep it on hush. Like give me the regular size. Nobody can see past my shoulders. Like don't put the big. Anyway, what say
the
you?
billboard joint going.
Yeah, everybody see you. You trapped in a two-way, bro. What about you, Juice, man? What you prefer?
I'm going Connect Four now because like the big boy, like every spot out here, like restaurants, bars, it don't matter. They got a giant Connect Four board. So like we gonna play. I like checkers, but I haven't played it in years. Connect Four is still everywhere.
Good point.
So you going Connect Four?
Going Connect Four.
Going Connect Four. Okay. I'm gonna go checkers because I did feel like in a weird way, I just felt like it started to become a cheat code with Connect Four. Like depending on who was first, it was just a weird way where it's like, how are you getting this off? Like every time it's like, oh, it could be like fire or smoke, you know what I mean? Black or red kind of deal. And for me, it was like, I don't like that. Now, don't get me wrong.
You said Connect Four, there was a cheat code?
I felt like it was.
Oh.
But it's somebody playing. It's somebody making those moves.
Somebody had the combo. They knew I'm gonna go here. Boom, boom. They got the cheat code online.
It's just like tic-tac-toe. You figure it out, and once you figure it out, you can't be beat.
I was dropping quick. You know how I'm ready for y'all to go. I'm dropping quick.
Me and one of my best friends play everywhere we go, and like he got the whole thing down pat. It actually pissing me off. Like, is he the type that win and make a scene?
Who?
Ken?
Of course, I knew it.
A little worse.
Like, make a whole scene in that bar the second he win to make sure everybody come see it.
The one thing I'll say about Connect Four is I do love the sound of the little chips dropping in the thing. Like there's nothing like that sound. There's nothing like that sound. But I got to go checkers. I feel like even though checkers, you can get to the end where you just keep going forward and back because you don't want to lose. You're going to try to get a tie out of it because you can't. You you lost, so you're just going to keep going forward and back. But yeah.
So that's it for the Flash with Ash, yeah.
All right, Flash with Ash. Thank you, Ash. That was good. Definitely brought us back. One good time for the one good time. Mia G, you know what time it is. Take us back one time for the one time. Pull that lever, and let's take us back to the year of this movie.
Oh, man. I am so excited about this. We are going back to 1995, and we are going to be talking about the classic Disney movie, A Goofy Movie. Synopsis: when Max makes a preposterous promise to a girl he has a crush on, his chances of fulfilling it seem hopeless when he is dragged onto a cross-country trip with his embarrassing father, Goofy. Cast: We have Bill Farmer as Goofy, Jason Marsden as Max Goof, the very iconic Jim Cummings as Pete, who was also the voice of Winnie the Pooh, Tigger. He's done a lot of classic voice acting. We have Rob Paulson as PJ, Kelly Martin as Roxanne, Wallace Shawn, also iconic, as Principal Mazer, Jenna Von Oy as Stacy, Polly Shore as Bobby, and then we also have an appearance by the Tevin Campbell as the voice of Powerline. This film was released April 7th, 1995, and it came with a release from Burger King, which had the toy merch for this release. They had multiple different toys that released for a Goofy movie. They had Goofy and Max in Water Raft Squirter. They had Goofy and Max on water skis, Goofy on a bucking bronco, Goofy and Max in a fishing boat, Goofy and Max in a runaway car. And now, of course, because this is such a cult classic film, there's merch all over the place. You can go to Hot Topic and find merch. They have Funko Pops. Um, and they also dropped the line for the 30th anniversary, a new merch line. And they had some really exclusive Powerline jackets and
Oh yeah,
shirts.
Powerline is huge right now on IG. Like they definitely got. Oh, Juice with the Powerline shirt. You should have led with that, man.
Don't
Dang.
even get me.
Oh no, we about to get to it right now. Like that's exactly what I was looking for. All right, so here's how we're gonna do it. So let's do a little bit of a rewind. This is not so much about your first experience with the movie, but how you remember this movie in your memory, your earliest, fondest way. So Juice, I'm gonna throw the ball in your court first. You got the Powerline shirt on. So I wanna rewind and kind of see how this movie is held up for you and how you remember it. And then also, I'm curious to know you being friends with Mia and why this movie was the movie that you wanted to be a part of. So it obviously has some significance. So if you can elaborate on that.
So my first time seeing a Goofy movie, I actually didn't see it in theaters as a kid. Like my mom wasn't hip to it. So I ended up seeing it probably a year or two later at like a summer camp. Like they had it on VHS, we was watching it, and I saw it, instantly loved it. But like it was one of the movies I didn't have at home. So like it was once I didn't really get into it until I was like grown and had a digital copy, and I started watching it all the time. Like just because I'm a grown kid, childish grown up. Like, now that I got my daughter, like I've been putting it on for her to see if she like it. She fell in love with the movie. So it's like we watch it several times a week right now. Like
Oh wow. How old is she?
she'll be 3 next month, July 4th.
Okay, that's about right. Yeah. July 4th. Wow.
Yeah. So it's
Amazing.
like it's like her movie. She sing the songs, she's trying to do the dances. Like, so this movie didn't, it was always important to me, but now like it hit different. Like I'm watching it with my kid. Like
Yeah. It's totally different now. It's a staple in your household.
yeah, and it's like now that I'm older, like I understand Goofy a little more. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, ain't it crazy?
it's a whole different viewpoint once you watch it as an adult. Like,
We're gonna double back on that thought right there. That part alone.
right.
Mia G, you picked this movie. So as a rewind, how do you remember this film? And how was it at this experience?
So this movie, of course, when it came out, I was 4, so I didn't see it in theaters, but I had it on VHS. And I want to say I was probably around 6 or 7 when it first really became a film that I watched frequently. But I just remember it was one of my I remember turning on the VHS tape and they had this video that played immediately before called Dr. Looney's Remedy. And it was just like if you go back on Disney and watch the making of a Goofy movie called Not Just a Goof, they like at the beginning before they start the documentary, they play a little clip of Dr. Looney's Remedy, and it just triggers like so much nostalgia because I remember every time I would turn this movie on, that would be the clip, the video that would play before the movie started, and it was just like this really goofy video where it was like a bunch of grown-ups in costumes singing this silly song, and it was like a preview. And I just remember this was one of the movies I would watch every day, sometimes on a loop when I was little. And I didn't know at the time, but Tevin Campbell being Powerline, I loved the music in it. I loved the humanity in the characters. It was so different. It was just a huge departure from the other Disney movies that were out at the time, which were mostly fairy tales. And it just felt like real. The dialogue was so human and true to life. And even as a kid, it just felt like it was a cartoon, but it was a drama in a way that kind of introduced you as a kid to some real, like, emotional topics.
Okay, I like that. Ash, what say you?
I think Mia hit that on the nose as far as the emotional part, because you did see like the frustration with Max. Like you didn't see all of that going on with some of the other movies. So that I didn't even think about that until you just said that. So that was a good point. Like all the feelings that they were having in that movie was good. I remember it being another staple in our household. We watched it all the time. The musicality portion of it, like I just remember singing along to all the songs that was going on in that movie, and watching it this time, I remember it the same. Like it played the same. The watch was the same. I will say this. I think I like the second one better. And this is crazy, right? Because we reviewed an extreme.
Hold that thought. Just hold that thought, because I promise you, I got that in.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good. Like you good, because
He is
about to leave the pod. Trust me, I got that in our overall discussion. So I know you about to cook on it. I'm like, hold up, because I know I'm that there's a lot of 1 versus 2 conversation on that part. But anyway, continue what you were saying.
Aside from that, I mean, I still enjoyed it, but I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say.
The best way you can put it without getting into the. All right, yeah, definitely similar to y'all. Goofy, this movie, I remember it being just different. Like Mia said, she is fried. She's fried. I'll be honest, I see no lies. But listen, this movie was like it was a breath of fresh. I ain't gonna say breath of fresh air like the other movies wasn't, like, because we've already reviewed Lion King, we reviewed the sequel of this, and also Toy Story. So I'm not gonna say it's a breath of fresh air, but there's something about the Goofy movies that is rooted in realism to the point you forget these are dogs. Still an animated series, still a cartoon, but you forget these are dogs. Like, there's all dogs go to heaven, and you don't forget they're dogs. They're on fours. You don't forget this. There's so many movies, Tarzan, you don't forget that these are apes. But when you watch Goofy, you forget these are dogs. You in some weird way, you think you kind of root these characters like animated human cartoons. You know what I mean? So, I remember back then, like, same thing, Powerline. Remember that song, like, being just so good, so fire, like the whole concept. In my mind back then, I was thinking, like, is Max Powerline? Like, and I realized why I thought that because of the opening. But yeah, I remember back then watching it this time. It was a little bit of a different lens because we did the sequel, and so we were leaning a lot on the first one is better. And so I was watching this, not wanting to think that about this one, because I was like, dang, because I said it on that episode. That was our third episode of the show, and I was like, okay, I might have missed something. It's been a grip since I watched it, so I wanted to watch it with those lenses. Like, okay, I'm being biased because I hadn't seen it in a while, and so I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna kind of open this up into like the 1 versus 2. So it was still an enjoyable experience straight through. Hour 5, hour 14. What was it? It was a short movie. Like, it's straight through. All right, so now let's get a little bit into our overall discussion. So, all right, man. So passionate over here. How do you feel about this movie in comparison to the sequel? Now that you've watched both at our grown-up stage.
Ashley.
Oh, she said the full name. Oh my God.
Ashley.
How could you? How could you do this to me? We supposed to be.
We are.
I can't believe you. But myself personally, I still feel like the first film is just more, it has more heart, in my opinion, than the second one. The second one is fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. It has its moments. But I just don't feel like it has the same heart. Like, where are the bops? There's no bops. Where's the Tevin Campbell of it all? Where is the...
Are we talking songs or heart?
All of it. It's just the story that they created, the thought behind the relationship between Max and Goofy in the first movie, and that journey of them finding the common ground was so well done in the first one. I feel like the second one was cute, like, build upon it, but it could never come close, in my opinion, to the original. That's just me.
No, that's that. You're right. Okay. What about you, Juice? Have you watched the sequel lately? Because it may not be a fair question if you haven't seen the sequel.
I haven't seen the sequel in a long time. All I remember is like Max go to college and Goofy get his groove back, but that's like that's all I got. Like,
okay, that's fair enough. Then I won't put that on you, because I know that's how I was when they would talk about the first one being better, and I was so gun ho about the second one, and so I'm glad Mia threw this in the mix, so it gave me a full scope. Okay, so we'll come back to you, Juice. Ash, go ahead. I know you were getting into what you were saying about like this experience.
Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying it's a landslide. Like, I just think I slightly like the second one better. I feel like it was funnier. So I guess now that I'm older, I don't know, maybe I was looking for the humor a little more when I'm watching it. I feel like the number one thing I remember about this one is the musicality portion. But then I'm like, okay, without that, what do I have? And, like, I'm trying to laugh at some point. I laughed just a little bit, but I was just looking for more of the comedic side to the movie. I did find myself drifting slightly as I'm watching it, but I did that on the second one too, so that's probably like an even kill on that. And I just think the second one, it was just a little more of a vibe to me. Like, Max was getting more freedom, and I like Goofy had his own story arc, so it was like they were kind of doing their own thing, even though Goofy was still being him and being embracive. But it was kind of like they had their own thing going on. I do feel like the second one's less emotional, but I think that's okay, because Max is growing up. He's in college, so it shouldn't, doesn't need to be so heavy on the emotion. But yeah, like what draws me to the first one the most is the musicality. But aside from that, I don't know.
Mike.
Yeah. For me, I was hoping that this was better, because I was like, maybe I missed something. this is a classic case of Sister Act 1 versus Sister Act 2. Everybody knows Sister Act 2 is better than Sister Act 1. Nobody even. Sister Act 2 is so much better than Sister Act 1 that we just go right to Sister Act 2. Glory, 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 the power, it's the, like, bro, we going right to, like, you know what I mean? Like, we not even going back to the, like, the sisters and all, nobody, we going right, what the kids say? Look, look. Exactly. So, with this movie, still a good movie, still a solid movie. It's not nothing bad, like nothing bad about it, but the music was there for me, but it's still like all of the songs wasn't slaps either. Like the Powerline songs were slaps, but when it was getting down to the Max and Goofy songs, they were just some little cool. They was not hitting like that. That's why I like, because I know that was a harp that we had on the two. It was just like no original music. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's a fair point. And so when I came here, I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like Lion King slaps. Like every song, I just can't wait to be king. Like I'm thinking we getting everything. Like even the Scar song was a slap. We didn't get that with this Goofy movie. So I'm like, okay, similar to Ash, it's like, okay, we move the songs, the story, like, okay, we get the emotional aspect of the movie where it's like, okay, it's the father and the son and their differences. He's grown up. He's about to graduate high school. We get that gist, but it's there. But I'm like, it's called a Goofy movie. What's goofy about the movie other than Goofy? Now, when we talked about Goofy in an extremely goofy movie, we literally was rolling on the podcast just for Goofy showing up to the college. I'm yearning for some learning. We were crying, laughing, because he showed up with the 70s baby blue fit and the big ass collars. We were rolling about that. That's just one part. Not even mentioning the skateboard part. Goofy is just so lost. Max is coming down. He just walking right on the skate ramp. Like, so I was looking for more with the movie. I wasn't trying to set this beyond possibility of, oh, can it be better? That wasn't why I was really chill about it. I wasn't like, I told you, like, it was not that for me at all. It was, okay, I missed something. That's why I was open. I said, man, I got to go back and watch that. And I'm glad Mia picked it. But when we got down to the gristle of it, I don't think this is a better movie in any way, honestly. I think Goofy and Max are better in the second. I think the story is better, and I think that even though there's original music, the Powerline music will surpass everything on the second. There's no debate there. But outside of the Powerline stuff, I still, so it, for me, yeah, it's kind of what it was like. Mia G, you sound like you got some response. You got some things you want to say.
Because I want us all to still be friends when we leave here today.
Right. This is the legs. A Goofy movie is the legs.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah, but just leave it alone because
I mean, go for it. Maybe you convince me.
I mean, On the Open Road is a bop, but it's going
open. Okay, what's that?
Nobody else but you. Come on.
That's what when Max and Goofy was first driving on the highway. And like the radio broke and Goofy and the beatbox started.
I just can't believe that an extremely goofy movie like that.
Bro, how you feel is exactly how I feel. I'm like, how you feel like, what are you talking about? That's exactly how I feel.
Like, I am astounded. I'm astounded because I really feel like the second one was just an excuse to make another movie and put some little
cash grab
gags in there to make Goofy do some goofy stuff. But the whole purpose of the movie in the first place was to see Goofy as more than just the goofy, clumsy, like they wanted to bring humanity to the character. And I feel like
they didn't do that in the second one.
But why is he not being funnier? It's like, but that's not the point. That wasn't the purpose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But his name is Goofy. Like, what do you mean? Like, there's got to be some goofy moments. There was really not.
But it's not about, like, he had he had a TV show, he had many shorts, and that was the whole, like they even made the voice actor change his voice to his regular voice because they didn't want it to be the silly, because they wanted it to be viewed as more of a human character and not just like the goofy laugh and the goofy clumsy, like, and he had his moments of course in this movie because he always will.
Yeah.
But I just feel like to say it's a better movie is crazy. To say you enjoyed it more, okay, but a better movie,
It's not crazy at all.
a better used movie,
It's not.
a better story.
I feel like they
is a better story.
I think so. I think I think the gap of the distance between a father and a son was expounded on more because now Max is more sure of who he is and Goofy is more sure of who he is. And now it's like the gap is further. So I feel like they needed this movie to build further on that. We're looking at, the silly, the skateboard, the this and that. But hey, there was moments like, bro, that's my son. I got to help my son out. Even Max in the second one was like, hey, Dad. He was like, Dad, calm down. Calm down. I'm okay. Because as soon as he think Max is in trouble, he's like, calm down, son. And it's not crazy. I just think it's what resonates
Preference, probably.
Yeah, I think it's just what resonates for who more, but it's not. I don't think it's crazy or anything like that. I just think it's just what resonates for more, like Sister Act. Some people, maybe the first one resonates more for them. Maybe the second one, more to combat. Maybe the first one, more trilogy, or or Annihilation. It's one of those things. It's, but I mean, still enjoyable. Just like I said, it's preference probably.
Well, I wouldn't go Sister Act comparison because
that's crazy. Because
that's crazy work. Like,
what you talking about? The 2 versus 1?
Yeah, like this is
the landslide above Sister Act.
For me, it definitely is. It definitely is. But that's
Sister Act 1. I won't even turn that on. Like,
I don't remember what it's about.
Okay, all right, it's not that. Okay, that's probably you're right. Because we won't even turn, we won't turn one on. So
like, what's a better comparison?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's a good one in
Bad Boys 1 and 2?
Okay.
Because those
are Bad Boys 1 better.
But I like 1 better. So
I used to like 2 better. Then I started watching 1 again. Like, I prefer 1. 2 was just more action and explosion.
Yeah, more action.
Like,
they
had a bigger budget. So they was wild.
I like them both for different reasons. But
how about like Lion King 1 versus 2? That cool?
But see, The Lion King 1 is still the better movie. The Lion King 2 just like they still did their thing.
Little cash grab, you thought?
I mean, Disney,
maybe Toy Story 1 versus 2.
About the cash grabs. I always go Toy Story 1, so I don't know.
But Mia was like, she liked 2 better, didn't you? Or you watched 2 more?
Toy Story, I do like the second one better.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, when she said,
I really love the first one, but the second one was,
wow.
I like Buzz and Woody, once their relationship is established and we get to see the characters go from there, better than like seeing them meet in that conflict.
I like that.
I prefer the conflict.
I like that.
They was fighting under the truck. Look.
All right. Hey, listen.
That's real. That's the one he wanted me to invite him on the most.
That was like our second episode.
Yeah, I'm like.
Well, look, we got some. Hey, Mia, like, hey, now that we connected with you, like, whatever we got, like, in that vibe, like, people feel free. Come on. I was trying to think Ninja Turtles 1, 2. I was just looking up some stuff, some good like sequel comparisons, the Creeds, Terminator.
That's crazy.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day. That was versus the first Terminator. That might be good.
The first one. I don't think I've ever seen the first one.
Oh, I might have to go back.
I've never seen any of them.
2 was like on TV all the time growing up, so I watched 2 constantly. It was always on like basic cable.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
We put a lot of good comparisons out. I mean,
yeah, I think I don't know if we can find one, but
y'all are crazy, and it's okay to be crazy.
Juice. Go check out the sequel.
Like I'm gonna have to, and I'm gonna report back because
yeah. And Mia, don't filter.
I've known you since we were 11, 12 years old. He's not about to switch up on me. It's not gonna happen.
But look, here's the thing: the fact that you got to factor in. Y'all tight. Y'all been close. He says stuff. He because we're about to get into like kind of like our different points we want to talk about with the movie. He's looking more at Goofy's perspective. You know what I mean now. So when he watches the second one, now that with that understanding, looking at it then with the whole landscape of it all, we'll see there's that possibility because we're looking at it from the grown up side of a childish or childlike movie. So I'll be anxious to see. Now he might still be like, I still like the first one better. That's always a possibility, or it might be like, you know what, a little closer to that. Who knows? So I would love to hear if it ain't in the text or whatever, then. When the next time we have Mona's guest, we gotta run that back and see like what you thought. So
I got you.
With that being said, let's get into it. Where y'all want to start first? Whoever wants to jump out there, just whatever you want to get into in regards to the film. Where you want to go with this? Mia G, since you are the waving the flag, go for it.
Can we first talk about? I don't want to start with Goofy. I want to start with Max and just his whole presence as a teenager, how he views his dad and why he doesn't want to be like him.
I mean, Goofy wasn't cool. Like, cool dad, you gonna see, like,
no cool. Like, had no cool. Man, I was about to say,
no
in the second one,
like,
he had some slight cool in the second, like, but anyway, go ahead. He did though. He was with the skateboard. Like his goofiness actually worked in that way. I'm just saying. This is not like I'm going back and forth. But now that we've done the second one first, it's hard to not connect the two. But like you're absolutely right. Goofy's not cool at all. Like no cool dads here.
Yeah, y'all are blowing my mind here. But back to the matter at hand. Let's go back to Max. So, first things first, the movie opens with him having a dream that he's turning into his dad. It's like a nightmare. And instantly we get the sense that, like, oh my God, he's afraid of becoming his dad. He doesn't want to be anything like him. And he's just a contemporary teenager. He's like a 90s teenager, the baggy clothes, the skateboard. He's obsessed with the biggest pop star, which is Powerline, which we probably can surmise they pulled a lot from like Michael Jackson for this character. It's supposed to be like a Michael Jackson-esque character.
Brown.
I would say like somewhere just like big, huge pop star. But and then Goofy comes in his towel with his towel on his head, and you see he's a single mom that works too hard and loves his kids and never stops.
The funny thing about that is it didn't click until recently that he walked in with like the towel pulled all the way up like here and then like the wrap on his head. Like he did walk in like his mama.
I definitely got that in the later part of the show. That was the notes.
He was.
What we talked about on that other one, yeah.
Single mother out here. But I don't know, I just thought it was really cool, especially as a kid. You see it and you're like, oh, he's a cool teenager. And now as an adult, you're like, oh, look at this little punk.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's like
back to his daddy. But I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead, my bad.
I think you relate. I think as a kid, you kind of relate more to Max. And even now, I still see his perspective a lot. I understand Goofy's perspective, but I think I still really empathize with Max's character.
I can see that.
Yeah, trying to find his own way. Like, I mean, it's hard to carve out your own like identity of who you are. It's like, okay, I am your son. You are my father. I do love you, but I'm trying to carve out. I'm working on something. I always harken back to the scene from Blue Streak when Malone is talking to Charlie, and he's just like, man, I'm working on something. I'm working on something, and you blowing it for me, man. Like that's what Max is on. It's like, bro, I'm working on something with Roxanne, and you blowing it for me, man. Like that's the way I see it. So I feel Max. Like even in his dream, he working at Roxanne. You know what I mean? Till the teeth come out. You know what I mean? The teeth come out. It's different.
Like, I say low-key, I feel like Roxanne was a little toxic. Just a little bit.
Hey, listen. Well, where you getting at with that? Because I want to jump ahead. Go ahead.
For the whole part, because when Max went to go tell her, like, I was excited for our date. My dad got a plan something. She said, "Oh, that's cool. I'll find somebody else." Like the whole lie came because she was like, "I'll find somebody else." Like, so she's not the little sweet innocent girl that portraying her to be. Like that lie was toxic and it hurt him. Like,
bruh, I promise you, I was looking like, because the way Max, which is realistic, and y'all jump in wherever, the way Max upholds her, like in his head, like she's just this fine, beautiful, popular girl, but you realize she's really not popular. Like she's not popular. I mean, she's hanging with like I guess the summa cum laude chick, who's like probably like the smartest in their class or whatever. Which it's still kind of like a head scratcher on like she's popular, but she's a nerd, I guess. Like everybody gonna come to her party to watch Powerline. I still didn't quite get that connection.
Our girls can be cool. Shout out to Lonsdale High School.
No doubt. But in this era, it was a little different. That's all I'm saying. Like I absolutely now. It's just so she wasn't really like, because the way she was feeling Max was like this dude that was like, I guess this good looking, cool dude, quiet dude in class, but like he wasn't really on like that or whatever. But she always noticed him and had a crush on him too. So I don't know, like when she pulled that, like what Juice is saying, I was feeling the same. Like, dang, bro, you cut it out so quick. It's good. It's all good. It's like, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me finish my reason for what the case is. Like, bro, I just worked up the nerve to ask you out and you already like, yeah, that was crazy.
And the funny thing is Max could have pulled the baddest girl in the school, but after his Powerline performance, old girl was on him.
Yeah, he really. Right.
And Stacey told her, girl, he's Roxanne's.
Yeah, then Roxanne put that little toxic line. Women are just haters.
Whoa.
KK, just joke.
I did not invite you.
Hey, this your man's. Oh, this your man's.
But like, she pulled up, back away. He's Roxanne. They about to go on a first date. She's Roxanne's. Yeah, like, chill out.
Yeah, like, watch out.
This their first conversation.
Hey, listen. Ash, go ahead, chime
in. No, this way.
What'd you say?
Once I lay eyes on him, he's mine.
He's mine. The boy is mine.
Monica and Brandy out here. What's going on? Yeah. But no, I had something similar to you, bro, with Max and Roxanne. Pretty much like he was so infatuated with her, had her up on his pedestal, and she was really like a regular chick. Like she was digging him just as much as he was digging her, but he was so nervous and thinking that she was like unobtainable. Mm-hmm. And to turn out that she like once she found out it wasn't whoever that, like it was Max when he was performing, she was even more geeked. Like, and he was so embarrassed and she over there smitten about him. Like, so dude, she was really feeling you. She was really overthinking. Mm-hmm. And then once she hit you with the I'm gonna go with somebody else, then you came up with this crazy lie. It wasn't even like, something reasonable. Like, dude, you jumped out the window. You going to LA to be on stage with Powerline? Like, what? Right.
Like, that is crazy.
And
this ain't a white lie.
That's a hell of a lie right there.
I'm going to the concert. He could have stopped there. I'm going to LA to go to the concert. Nah, I'm gonna wave at you on stage with Powerline for the final number. Dude,
my dad is cousins with whoever he's like. You're his just
band member. Like,
it's crazy.
Like. And like with the Powerline performance, when Max did it was so nostalgic in the sense that like he's a kid that's trying to become cool. I'm assuming this is like his senior year because the sequel he's going to college. This is junior year? What is this?
He was only like 14 in this movie.
Oh, for real?
So that was like a hell
I
of a
gotta
gap.
watch the documentary.
I watched it once. Like,
I mean, y'all could have said it in a movie, bro. Like, what? It's animation. Like, why do I gotta watch it?
Yeah, he was probably like a sophomore.
Okay, all right, I can see that. Well, now you saying that it does make more sense on why he was so adamant about being popular, because it would kind of seem off your senior year. You're trying to pull this off. It's like, bro, y'all about to leave for real. So that tracks. I like that. I'm glad you provided that. But like, this was nostalgic in the sense that they're having it's just the way the principal was talking. Like, it was like, I'm not gonna see y'all no more. That's why it made me think, like, because the sequel, he's literally going off to college, but I guess there probably is a scene in there where it's like, oh, he's leaving and he's getting ready to. But it's nostalgic in the sense that everybody remembers the last day of school. You got to do something. Somebody's gonna do something big. I don't know if they're throwing water balloons. I don't know if they're gonna try to start a food fight. I don't know what's about to happen. But the last day of school, so the fact that like Max was so ambitious about being popular and trying to be him for real, like he had this whole setup with PJ and what's the other boy name? Bobby. That he was like, hey, he had him set up like, yo, this is what we doing, and that was really bold of him to take that risk because, again, this is a guy that's not popular like that, kind of low key. He's just another student in the body. But like, yo, I'm about to shine on him right here, and I might mess around and get in trouble. Even then, you're not thinking about trouble because, like, bro, you're at the last day of school or the last days of school, and so like to take that risk, I thought that was like mad dope. Even in workout, it still got him that look with his class, and I thought that was fire. I always resonated with Max though. Like,
something just occurred to me. Something just occurred to me right now. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the second movie is a great compliment or like a good extension of the story. I still don't think it's a better film, but I do like just talking about how Max was thirsty to be popular. And then in the second one, him and his boys kind of found their own lane. Mm-hmm. They weren't really like, even when they got to college, he didn't want to be popular because he didn't want anything to do with those like X Games dudes.
Like them frat boys.
I don't need y'all. I got my own thing. Yeah. And so it was good to see like that character progression.
Yeah, cohesive. It's definitely cohesive.
So I feel like they did a good job with carrying on the story. But I think even in this one, with him wanting to, I don't even necessarily know if he wanted to be popular so much as he wanted to get Roxanne's attention.
That's a good point.
Because he had his friends, like he had his core group of friends, Bobby and PJ, and a lot like the high school I went to, people kind of just had their friend groups, and it like there of course were popular kids, but it was once you found your people, you just had your people. Mm. And I think that he was just he had that teenage angst. It's not that he wasn't popular. I think he was just very self-conscious about himself.
Yeah.
More so than he needed to be.
Yeah, that sounds like me. High school, for sure. Ash.
Yes, sir.
Where you want to go?
I mean, we can touch on the principal just a slight, that slight, like,
oh my gosh.
What type of time was he on?
Oh,
like, makes that type of phone call, right? I mean, you would have thought Max was out here doing some crazy activity. He calling Goofy up. He's dressed like a gang member, and you don't want to pay attention to raising your child. Electric chair. Like, yo, what type of time are you on, man? Was insane.
The buzzwords. He hit all the buzzwords with Goofy. That's what made it so funny, bro.
Caused the entire student body to break out into a riotous frenzy.
Bro, you just said riot. Electric chair.
I would
gang member.
reevaluate how you're raising, bro. Like reevaluate, bro. Like he looking out the blinds and everything, bro. He going dark mode right now, looking at the blinds. Like, yeah, I was talking about your son. Like, bro, this is crazy work, bro.
Yeah,
that's one of the funniest moments of this movie, bro.
We have our new segment. I could have put that down there. I forgot about it, but yeah, I just thought he was out of his mind. Like, bro, you are so out of touch. It's crazy.
And this debunks the whole Goofy is black scenario because first of all, who are you talking to?
Right.
Like Black Principal Mazer.
Like you
evaluate how I'm raising my son. Hold on.
Also, you still don't think he's black? Goofy's black? Oh yeah, I still think he is, but
see, outside of that one scene, because like up until there I feel it, but you're not gonna call no black dad and like reevaluate how you raising your son if we end up in the electric chair and you just take it and sit there. Like,
yeah,
black parent gonna cuss you out. Like,
yeah. Well, you gotta remember too,
school, it's gonna be a whole thing. Like, you're not gonna talk crazy like that.
You gotta remember, dancing. There's no black mom around.
Like at all.
That's why I still feel like it is a black dad, but if you don't have the backbone there, which we've talked about on the second one with Disney and why are moms not around? And there'll be a later part of my notes that I'll speak to that again. But I still feel like it is. But yeah, but anyway, I can see where this scene will be like, okay, this takes you out of that. I can see that too.
Maybe Max is giving biracial.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility. I like that idea.
No, his mama might have been
a lighter dog.
You know, she might have been a poodle.
On the topic of mamas, real quick, where PJ mama at?
She was at the house. It was a boys only camping trip.
This is what we keep getting at, bro.
I'm like, it wasn't no mention of her at all. But all right.
Was there even a woman teacher
with the daughter with PJ's little sister?
I forgot he had a sister. That's crazy. I ain't watched Goof Troop in so long. Look.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what y'all on Disney. For real. Anything else y'all want to talk about with the principal? Because I mean, obviously that's where they have the connection. Roxanne and Max. He steps up. You know what I mean? He's happy about it. He's excited. And he it's up for him. You know what I mean? Like, yo, which who don't remember that? Like, right in high school, you got a crush on somebody, and like you've been so nervous to say something to this individual, and finally y'all meet, y'all eyes meet, y'all conversation meet. Rather y'all doing group work, or y'all happen to be in the same locker, sitting close in an assembly or lunchroom. Somehow y'all worlds collide, and finally the conversation happens, awkward, whatever it is, and the excitement that comes with that. I mean, of course, he went all the way. Now I got, we're gonna link up, but still, like I was like, oh man, that excitement was like, oh
man.
Well, that reminds me when we were in school and I told you that dude was looking at me. He was like, dude, he's not looking at you, because me and bro, we used to stand like there was this common area in high school. Bro was a senior, I'm a sophomore. And we would just be, just chilling. Like, he wasn't too cool to stand by his sister. And there was this dude, he just kept staring at me. I'm like, bro, I keep looking at me like, stop looking at you. And then one day I was in class. You know how you got those wanderers in the hallway that's supposed to be in class, but ain't. And we had the door had the little window. So he walked past my door. I was in class, and he came back. He kind of did like a kiss. I said, wait till I talk to bro. I said,
I told you.
He was an upper class. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, he's on me.
You was right. You right.
Told you, man.
All right.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't pay me money to go back to high school.
You could pay me to go back to college, though. I do that.
High school was lit. I go back.
Yeah?
Yeah, high school was lit.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you left us, though.
For a year. I came right back.
It was a big year.
Oh.
It was an important year, apparently.
What year you leave, junior?
Okay, so no, the way things work here where our high schools, a lot of them are 7 through 12. So
Oh,
we started in the seventh grade. We went to the same school, seventh, eighth grade. Ninth grade, I moved to LA. I came back 10th grade and stayed until we graduated. So a lot of new students from other schools come in the ninth grade because not everybody starts in the seventh.
hmm.
So a lot of like when I got back, it was a whole bunch of people who had came in the ninth grade who I'd never met before.
Mm.
But there were the people that I knew, of course, and like, oh, Mia's back.
Mm.
Like you left for that first year of high school. Like the freshman year was big. Like
It is
everybody was
big.
coming to their own. They was learning and like they was getting their swag together. Like and they
Is it a
rode that
different part of the
wave.
building when y'all got 7 through 12? It's all like,
Pretty much everybody was like together.
Yeah,
Like
we just mixed in.
yeah, so coming in seventh grade, it's like a real like culture shock because you come from like your small elementary school. Then our high school is like a college campus. So you
Mm.
going from your small elementary to like a huge college campus with like 6 foot 12th grades walking around and you like this little 12-year-old kid. It's scary.
I can't
They
imagine.
look
That
grown,
is
like they look like adults.
crazy.
It was scary. So like, but then once you've been there seventh, eighth grade, ninth grade, you in high school. So you came back a little different. Like we starting to take over the school now. This is our thing. Everybody got their circles, the party started. Like, so you
Luckily for
definitely had important
me, I
year.
still have friends who went there who, I have my girls who I went to elementary school with and came back. They were still there, so I never was like outcast, but it was just there were new people.
Mm. Wow, that is wow. So many questions I got. I know this is not the day before, but dang, 7 through 12 is different. My daughter's about to go to 6th grade. That's why it's like, whoa, that is
Right. So
something.
like imagine how that small sixth grade school that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
you
bro.
on a campus.
With a
Like
12th grader.
it
Yeah.
was literally a campus. Like you're walking across the entire, you going from one side of the field to the other to get to your class. Like huge. It was a college prep school and they set it up like a college campus.
Wow. Um. So I guess y'all want to kind of get into like the road trip aspect of the film.
Yeah.
Uh, Juice, you want to what are some thoughts you got about like the beginning of the road trip and just all the things that happen in the road trip? What do you what spoke to you and what do you want to bring to the forefront?
Like it's funny just like seeing that road trip because I definitely saw both sides. Like Goofy is the old uncle father just trying to bond with his kid. And Max in there like, bro, you lame. I ain't got no music. Like, I don't want to go see the possum park, bro. I'm trying to go party. So like just them two generations clashing. Like I can relate to both sides now.
Mm-hmm.
Like both of them are like stuck in their ways.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily compromised and like, on that road trip, but Goofy had what he gonna do with his mind. Max had what he gonna do with his mind, and it was just like clashing.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
It does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said Amir, you said he's like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I remember I want to ride with my mama at 14 to hear her music. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate it now, but at 13, 14, I'm like, bro, turn this Maxwell off. Like,
Yeah, right.
I don't want to hear no
Whoa.
Kim, no Seal. Like,
Yeah. Shit, they might go further back than that. The Commodores, you know what I mean? You're like, whoa, what is this? What are they singing? What
facts.
kind of what are 808s? No. uh, Mia, what are some things you want to talk about as far as the road trip goes?
Man, can you imagine you hyped up to go to a party, you get home on the first day of summer. The first day of summer, you ain't even took your book bag off yet. And your dad is packing up the car like we're about to go fishing. What are you talking about?
And,
Wait,
and it wasn't even a short trip. Like,
like
No.
weeks long trip.
like this
Like,
was the
wait a
summer.
minute.
Like, this trip was the summer.
Like, hey,
Oh
you're
man.
crazy. So I kind of felt Max like, wait, no, you got to give me a minute to like give me a couple weeks of summer to like chill and then we can go on a fishing trip or like you can't just spring this on me as soon as I get home first day of summer and you got the car packed up. You're crazy. So I but at the same time you see Goofy just wants so badly to connect with his son because he's lost, you know, we're all parents, but Juice, your baby is a baby still, so you got a while to go. My daughter's 8, and I already like she still wants to be up under me a lot, but there's also like this little part where she's turning into like little a little tween, and you see where the connection starts to like falter a little bit, like the disconnect between what she thinks is cool and me. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, mom, you don't know what skibbity means. You were born in the olden days. And I'm like,
1900s.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like trying to force her to watch movies from when I was a kid. And she's like, oh, mom, I don't want to watch this. But
Yeah. Yeah.
and so you like so you relate to Goofy in the you just want to keep you want your kids to think you're cool. You want them to
I
always
know. I know.
like they do when they're little. But somewhere along the line, something is lost in translation.
That is,
That didn't happen to me because I always thought my mama was cool. Hi, mommy, because I know you're
well,
watching.
she's still watching cartoons, so your mama definitely was still cool.
Has always been
For
the
real.
baddest walking ever. But
Uh,
Juice, he knows my mama. But
Facts.
he's had the pleasure of meeting.
relax, man.
I was just giving mom props. That's all.
But it gets to a point where Max is just so disrespectful. He's so disrespectful. And even though I understand like being a teen and you had plans, and not only did you have plans, but your crush, like you finally got up, and now you're stuck on a road trip you don't want to be on. And so Max makes some questionable decisions, which I know that you all want to talk about like the portion of the road trip, but I really want to talk about the Pete and PJ situation on the road trip because Pete is the biggest hater in the history of haters ever to live.
It's terrible.
Yeah. All right. Hold on real quick before we get there. Ash, anything you want to say on the front half of the road trip?
Like Mia said, he didn't even take the backpack off. That's crazy. He got his shades on. He feeling too good for the summer. Oh, you got the car stacked up to the sky. Like, what type of trip are we about to go on? Like, but the issue with Goofy is he was never considering what Max wanted to do or what plans he may have. The neglect for conversation between the two was the issue. It was a communication thing. It's like he just was making plans and like, oh, because this is something he did with his dad. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
with you, like that's not what I feel is in the cards for me. And I know you, like you said, you don't want to lose the connection with Max, and he still wants to carve out some time with him, but you never considered him in your decision making, and that just continued to cause friction. Mm-hmm. And Max was a little disrespectful, that is for sure, but a lot of it is stemming from just Goofy just making decisions. I mean, mm-hmm. It's one thing to be a parent and you have to make certain decisions, but like when it comes to like what I'm doing in the summer, bro, like, come on, man.
I'm gonna shoot Goofy a little bit of bail though, like, because Pete did just warn him, like, that's what, like, your son gonna start running with gangs and doing riots, and then he get a call from the principal 5 minutes later, like, hey, your son caused a riot and dressed like a gang member. So he probably was like, it's just let me save him from the streets real quick. Like
you think he was trying to do some positive reinforcement?
Yeah, like he was like, my son is wild and he a little lost. Let me just plan something. He ain't gonna want to do it, but
I don't want to.
But he could have a conversation still, though. He didn't even talk to him. He could have
just said, "Hey, what happened to school today?" Like he could have had the conversation. Hey, your principal called me. What's going on? Like,
even though my principal called you, like
he was scared.
Like he's just thinking about the electric chair. Like that's the whole.
He was scared because Pete scared him, and then he got that call 5 minutes later, like on his lunch break. Principal calling him, like, "Hey,"
and going ham about it too. Like, and for me, it's just It's a generational thing. I know this movie's not meant to be that deep, but it's a generational thing because that's how Goofy's dad did with him. Probably didn't ask no questions. Probably didn't consider. Probably didn't check in. And this is just what my dad did. And Goofy probably was similar to Max when he was young, where he's like, I didn't like it, but now, just like all of us, we get older and we like, you know what? I appreciate mom's playing this. I appreciate when my dad used to do this. And now Goofy's the older, and Max is that. And I think even at the end of the sequel, Max has some appreciation for some of the things Goofy was doing. Like, and I'm tying it in just because we're getting a full character analysis, and we need kind of both movies to fully put that. And I think at the end, he appreciated his dad for what he was trying to do, even though he was like, I need my space. So all y'all making compelling points as far as just starting the road trip. I thought it was. I know we're about to get into like, PJ and Pete pulling up at the Big Dog RV, Big Dog Tiny Home, you know what I'm saying? But before that, bruh, Goofy playing that song and just singing off key, like that was his jam, bro. That was so, now that probably is where I laughed the most of the movie, is that part right there. I said, bro, like, I don't know what he was even singing, but he was like into, what'd he say?
He's got high hope.
He was so
high apple pie in the sky.
Nah, that was his jam, bro. Like that was his jam for sure.
On the 8-track, like
on the H, man. Listen, like Goofy was, but you got to appreciate Goofy's authentic. You know what I mean? I again, with this movie, seeing that like Goofy, this is how we do it. And then in the second movie, when he was bonding with the librarian, and like he had the shell and the mood ring and the how they connected on it. You'll see it when you do go back and watch the Juice. He's very authentic to his time. Like he's very nostalgic and holds on to that. And so I did like that aspect, but like I definitely felt Max where he was. I'm super hot. I don't know if anybody can relate when you got a crush, and something about the end of the school year is when people want to be the most honest. You start finding out who liked you this whole time, who had a crush on you this whole time, who been looking at you this whole time. These potentials seem to pop up the last day of school, and now you got the whole summer pondering over this person had a crush, and you're like, I wish I known that because I like them too. And you don't know that. Now you got the whole summer to ponder over that thought. So imagine getting this information but he got a date set. Like, okay, I don't even have to ponder that. We hooking up, and then now I got to do damage control. And now I got to go with you. So I'm already hot. Now you singing these whack songs. It's like, bro, I got to embrace it. Ain't nothing I could do about it. You threw the vest on me and puffed it out. Like, bro, give me some rock music, dog. What a beat's at? You know what I mean? This ain't Ralph though. So I felt him. But y'all wanted to get into like the kind of the middle of the trip, which is kind of like Pete and PJ pull up with the the RV. What are some things y'all wanted to talk about in that regard?
So, okay. Goofy's setting up his little tent with his little sleeping bag, and here comes Pete rolling his whole RV right over top of Goofy's tent. And it's like, okay, you said you and PJ were going camping, but okay, this isn't the same. They got a hot tub, they got the whole shebang, a bowling alley. And he got PJ in there buffing the floors in the RV. But the thing that gets me about this every time is from the time he sees Max and he invites them to stay for dinner, he's telling Goofy basically like, you need to get your son under control. And you see how he treats PJ. It is so sad for real because you can see PJ kind of it's like a opposite. Like PJ wants to connect with his dad, but P ain't having none of that. He don't he's not playing none of PJ's games. He's so mean to PJ. But then on the other hand, Goofy wants to connect with Max, and Max isn't really having none of what Goofy is trying to do. So you see, Goofy doesn't want to be the kind of dad that Pete is. But Pete sees PJ as, he respects me. Basically, he fears me. He does anything I tell him to do. And that's how your son needs to be. But Goofy wants to be Max's friend.
Goofy was trying to gentle parent. Like he was trying it before it was cool.
Right.
He was old school, just do what I say. Like children are to be seen, not heard. Like, yeah. So like the way he treated PJ was just like, I think that was how a lot of dads were back in the day. Like, not saying that was right, but that's how he was treating PJ.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, PJ getting his groove on, listening to Powerline, like fire. You know what I mean? Pete bowling on the roof for the while giving advice and telling them, keep your thumb, keep them under your thumb. Like, it's crazy because both of them, it's always somewhere in the middle. That's the most interesting part about it. Again, shout out to the documentary that I didn't see. But the writing is like, that's why the Goofy movies feel different from all of the other Disney movies. I feel like you don't hear it a lot, but this set a precedent for a lot of the Disney movies we get now that are funny, animated, silly, but rooted in a reality, in a real message. Goofy them were early on that for sure, because this feels like every time we talk, this is our second installment of Goofy movies. It always feels different. It feels very realistic. So, yeah, Ash, anything you want to add to this whole transaction with Pete and Goofy and RV and, I guess even the Bigfoot aspect of it all?
Yeah, I just had Bigfoot was jamming once he got to the headphones. Definitely was getting to it. That's something that I just remember watching growing up. Like that's a staple that I remember is Bigfoot. He was crazy.
Yeah, he was.
And that little bitty car, like compared to him, I'm like, come on now. I know good enough well if he wanted you, he can get you for sure.
I sees you and I want you.
Right. So that was cool. He even had the keys, like y'all stuck in the car. I like the ashtray moment where he pulled the thing and heated up
soup.
Cigarette lighter.
That was pretty dope.
That's classic right there.
Yeah, I like that. My dad too.
Nah, he killed that. Killed that.
Yeah, that was fire.
The cigarette lighters in the car was different back then. Along with the analog window roll, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
all of us that are in this generation know what that is. So telling it out, there's the travel montage of them finally figuring it out, and they're actually enjoying their trip. Actually, before that, Max reroutes the map to go to LA to get to the Powerline concert. Then there's a travel montage where they figure out how to start living with each other and actually complimenting each other on the trip and having a good time and having fun. And it seems to be working out until, of course, Pete pulls up and he influences Goofy to say, I'm telling you, the kid playing you. And now Goofy is waiting to see what's up with what's going on. And Goofy kind of puts Max to the test. You try to see, and Max still nah, it's still up. We going to LA. And Goofy's face, bro.
Oh my God. I have that in my notes.
Goofy's the mug was serious from Goofy. He looked so freaking mad, bro. He was like, face scrunched all the way in, dude. I love when they draw animation like that. Like, what y'all want to say about that? Kind of like that'll be kind of the last part before we get to pretty much the concert, because the movie's straight through, so that's kind of that kind of that disagreement between them two, and of course the car, the boat, and the water, and the song, and all that, like this before they worked it. So it started off good, then it separate, and then they get back together. What did y'all think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I just had that part. Yo, all right, Maxie, it's coming up. What's going on? Hey man, he said turn left and Goofy face when they pan back to his face. I was rolling. I'm like, yo, Goofy was hot. I was so mad. That was so funny.
Like,
oh my god.
When you know the truth,
yes,
from your kid, and they kind of got an idea that you know, and they still lie. Like, I understand why Mama used to get mad. Like, I'm gonna ask you again. That's the classic line in the household. I'm gonna ask you one more time. That mean they already know and you still lie? That's what Goofy was at.
Oh yeah, he was hot. He was like, let me give it a shot. Let me just see. He might change his mind, do the right thing in this moment. And like you said, LA, it's up.
Why she send a photo in the chat?
I know it was hot. It was hot.
And Max knew he messed up too.
He knew he did.
Immediately, he was like trying to play games. Who's the person? Oh, Walt Disney? It's like it's over, bro.
The brow stayed down, boy. He was not going.
Hot. I love it.
He was so mad. He tried to get out the car with the seatbelt still on.
Bruh. Right. You know you hot. You man, listen. And then it's beautiful how they show the full spectrum of Goofy's emotion. Again, an animation series showing this type of thing. Not that this is the first time. I mean, Lion King does it well. Toy Story does it well. And many more that came out earlier than these. But just how they did it with it, it was dope. The full spectrum. Like you actually, like when Goofy got mad. When Goofy gets mad, it's always an interesting thing for me. On the second movie, when he got mad at the fraternity, when he realized how they was trying to play his son, he's like, "Oh no, I can't get down with y'all. Like, I'm going back over here with my son." Like. And like, nah, you gonna stay with us? Nah, I ain't gonna stay with y'all. Like, you know what I mean? And so, it's just always interesting when Goofy get mad because that's when he's the most serious, which is I think is a pivotal part of everything that Mia has been presenting in regards to the documentary and the purpose in which they were trying to present this. So, yeah, and then we get to finally they get to the concert. They find their way there, and somehow, again, that's one of the Goofy tropes is by his goofiness, he always finds a way to succeed. That was in this movie, that was in the second movie. Like him being goofy, it just always works out, which I love. I don't know why, but I love that he could be the silliest dude and somehow it works out. Juice, what do you think about what did you have to say about the concert scene that last when they pulled up and like end up performing and getting busy with Powerline on the stage, making it happen?
Hey, the dance scene was lit. And then so I have a more of an appreciation for it now because I did watch the documentary. And like when they was explaining how like they had real choreography and like I forgot the animation style, but they like traced the real dancers to make the dance look, as smooth as it did. But like seeing Goofy get out there, his perfect cast with his moonwalk, killing it. Powerline joining in, Max sliding down, hitting his little Roosevelt. Like they was killing it.
They was. Yeah.
Max really could have died with the lie. He ain't have to tell Roxanne that he didn't.
Okay. I said the way I would have took that to the grave.
Because he made it. He made it happen.
He wasn't keeping it P, man.
I mean, at that point, like technically my lie didn't came true. I went on stage, I waved to you.
I got it off.
Like not knowing, but hey, I did what I said I was gonna do.
Bruh. I got it off. Like,
look, you got to just roll with it at that point.
Yeah, man. Look, like you just furthered how she looked at you. You know what I mean? But right. I get it. It's Disney. They're trying to give a moral compass. I get where they were going. But still, us watching as grown ups, she's like, you could have got it off. Ash, what you want to say about that concert scene and everything, and pulling up?
It was good. It's one of the highlights of the movie. I agree with everything you said. And it was the representation of Max and his dream and helping his identity. And then that was a moment of Goofy fully embracing Max's world. You know what I mean? Getting tapping into his world and not him just, pulling him into his. So that was a good dynamic, even though it was on accident how they end up there. But it all ended up working out. Yeah, split.
Okay, Mia.
Yep.
Well, first I want to just say, like, after the whole switching the map and everything, I love that Goofy and Max came to a resolution first. They finally had a conversation, and Max told him everything. Like, yeah, so this is what happened. Me and this, I told this girl that I was going to the concert, blah, blah, blah. And Goofy's like, oh, well, we got to find a way to get you on that stage then. So that's what he did, because
Mm-hmm.
Goofy is Goofy, but he always gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
And I swear, like, I don't remember how old I was when I found out that Tevin Campbell was the voice of Powerline, but I always felt like this and this scene is so iconic. We have people still to this day recreating it on Instagram, full costume,
Mm-hmm.
people cosplay as Powerline all the time. And yeah, watching the documentary, you see that they had real dancers doing these moves because they wanted it to be realistic, like a real concert. They wanted Powerline to be like a real rock star. They had to give him the full
Mm-hmm.
scope. And it's a true Disney movie staple. We get
Yeah.
our big finish with our two main characters finally, just like the song says, seeing it eye to eye. That's the whole culmination.
Eye to eye.
That's what the song represents. That's what that moment represents. And you see Pete seeing them on the TV, and he spits his beer
Hey,
out
Pete
onto
said,
the TV because he is just completely gagged. Like, what? They did it. And
Got him.
that was the most satisfying moment, is seeing
Mm.
Pete just be super salty that Max and Goofy are on TV.
I love that. That you acknowledging like the Pete part of being the biggest hater. Like, I like that because that just speaks to, all of us are parents here. So it's just like having your own individual parenting style and how y'all rock out. You know what I mean? How we rock out as a unit. All of us in our household, like with your kids, like having your own style. Bro, it don't matter what you say, your style fits your child, like not mine. You know what I mean? And I like that the fact that it's like, look, it's up, we flexing right now. Now, hey, let me show you how big we flexing right now. Max, I got to bring Max to his hero right here. And not only that, but Max told me to hit him with the fishing line. Chris Breezy with the dance moves. You know what I mean? He told him hit him with the fishing line. Hey, Dad, hit the. He like, man, hit the Bobby, man. Oh, hey, look, you know what I mean? He up there, power line looking like, all right, that's what's up. You know what I mean? And they start cooking. And so, just a great scene. And like Mia said about the resolution with them when they were just on the sea, it's like, oh, I got to get you there. It's like, Pop, bro, I was trying to tell you that when you pulled me over to go talk to Roxanne from the first place, bro. But nonetheless, it worked out. He still got the flex off, and then eventually he gets back and tell her what it was, and then she ended up liking him more. But then, again, we talked about on the second one how Goofy messed up the whole plant, and I don't mean tree, I mean warehouse plant. The whole plant blew up because of Goofy just being mesmerized. And like the fact that Goofy here, like, bro, just the car blows up. Max is almost without a father. Almost lost you today. He almost lied. He look, oh, there my daddy. He up in the air. Like, he go through the roof of the house. Like, do you know how mad I would be if I was her dad? Like, bro, get this Goofy away from me, bro. I don't have roof insurance, bro. Like this is how, as an older person, that's how you think now. But nonetheless, it ended up working out. He still got the girl, so it is what it is.
I just want to know how they got to the concert. Like, them going from flying in the sky over the waterfall to the concert was real, like Taraji and Acrimony appearing on the boat. Like, I need some kind of explanation. Like, how did y'all end up in the guitar case, bro? Like,
oh my god,
I need a deleted scene that explains that or something.
See, that sound like that might be a good part of a later section right there for you, because I think you nailed it. I didn't even think about that. All right, so let's do it like this then. So as we move to the next section of the episode, me and G, I start with you. Character you relate to or identify with the most?
Um, this was tough because I mean, it's a goofy movie, but I just said Roxanne because obvious reasons. Hello.
Toxic.
She cute. I'm cute. That's
Oh,
it.
okay. What's the obvious reason? Like, all right, fair enough. Fair
No, but
enough.
no, I've been there like when you have a crush on a boy in high school, but you don't think that he likes you back, and then you find out he does, and then you're like, oh. So, I feel like it's just a high school thing, something relatable, but you know.
Okay, I like that. Ash,
Good. I didn't even think to.
that's a
What do
great
you
pick.
say? I know. Um, I went with Max though, because I was still just honing in on the parental and kid aspect of it. Even as an adult, it's just so hard sometimes for your parents to understand you have your own life and you're growing into your own person, but you still love them the same. Love doesn't change. I'm growing up, so I related to Max.
All right, Juice.
But honestly, I connect with Max too, because I remember being that like that 13, 14-year-old kid in high school, like kind of being a little self-conscious. Like, you know what I mean? Because like Max could have got Roxanne from jump, but he didn't have that confidence in himself yet to like just approach her. So you just at that age where you find out who you are, getting in your own rhythm. Like I've been there. I've been that kid. So definitely understand, relate to Max.
Yeah, again, going trips here is Max for me as well, for the same reasons you said. Like it definitely, I was always in my head about it, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on that on our TGIF when I reveal that at the end of this episode. But like, yeah, definitely, like I was definitely in my head about it. And it's like, I mean, I can't tell you how many times that happened. Was like, oh, you could have really, oh, you didn't know. So, like, I've gotten the reveal so much later. It's like, bro, I was all self conscious about stuff, and people been telling like, oh, you know what I mean, you got some motion. So yeah, it definitely matches the character I relate to the most. Ash, get to stepping. The character that you could have done without.
I go with Pete. I mean, I know he played a part in the storyline, but he was just such a hater, man. He was always just doing the most, and he was just preying on their downfall as a father-son relationship. Like you over here controlling PJ heavy, super disciplined. He can't do nothing fun, and so he's in fear of you. But when it comes to you want to control somebody else's household, Pete had it.
Okay. Mia G.
I thought about that. I thought about putting Pete, but I just didn't put anybody because I felt like they all were kind of necessary
Okay.
to the story.
Yeah, everybody was like they did play their part. It wasn't too many. Yeah, there wasn't really too many. I get what you coming from. What about you, Juice? Any character that you could have done without?
I mean, like low key still Roxanne, because like I said, the way she hurt Max with that, I'm gonna just find somebody else lying after he did all that. Like that was the catalyst to him lying and playing his daddy. Like
She got to
all
get
that
this.
stemmed from that one little. I can just find somebody else lying. Like
That's really good,
Hey,
bro.
don't
Low key though.
don't do that.
he
Nah,
thought
low
she
key
was
though, because
perfect.
it's like, bro, the whole reason I put this end of the year performance on, risking it all in front of the principal, is for you. It wasn't really nobody else. And you hit me with the nah, it's cool. I just find somebody else.
Like
Bro.
immediately, what?
Like I approached you about to go to the
Ashley,
principal office. Like,
do you see how men act? So
You almost
now,
got
because
you
I
almost got
said I'm gonna
expelled
find
from it.
somebody else, now you gotta manipulate me by lying and
She
saying you're going.
manipulated him first. He came to her with the truth. My dad said we got to go on this trip. I really need
she
to take
definitely
you.
let it
I'm
linger
sorry.
too.
Like he
And
came to her
so
real
I'm gonna
honest.
go with somebody else.
But nah,
I'm
she
supposed to go
like
by
And now
myself.
you gotta lie so I can go by myself.
I
I mean you ain't
seize you and I want you. Now
like
listen.
we established this. I'm doing this for you, but like my some family stuff came up. I can't control that. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
don't hit me with the it's cool. I found somebody else. What?
Like she could have just said, "Okay, I just won't go, or I go by
Yeah,
myself."
like,
Say I'm gonna find somebody else
go?
was like petty. That was so petty, bro.
She could have just
I'll
said,
find
"I
somebody
understand."
else. Whoa.
She could have said, "I understand. I get it." If you going with somebody else, don't even tell me. That part was unnecessary.
So now
crazy.
you lied. So now you just lied to
That's not really
do what
lying.
you want me to do.
That's not
Why
lying.
do you?
If we got plans to, if we going somewhere, plan to go together, and you can't go, okay, it's cool. I'm still going. I ain't got to tell you. I'm gonna just find a new date. Like,
They're 14.
I lie to you because I care about your feelings.
I'm out here telling the truth to these.
You know what?
The references never get old.
Y'all are an unserious bunch of people.
I'm just
You're right. You're right. For me, I'm gonna go Miss Maples. She was like the principal's assistant. Like,
he was dancing with
like her.
No, she. Don't get me wrong. She wasn't like a bad character. I enjoyed it, and I'll speak to that later. But it was just like we really didn't need her. Like, we could have just got the Max scene with him and Roxanne, and then the principal call to Goofy, and that could have been it. Like, we didn't. That part really wasn't needed, but it's cool.
Gave me one of my favorite lines.
Well, yeah, that's in mine as well. So, but but it's not like it. If it was gone, it wouldn't have broke the movie. So that's kind of how I try to gauge it. Like, if this character wasn't there, would it change anything? So, I say Miss Maples, but it's not the end of the world. Like, we can keep her, get rid of her, whatever you want to have. Lines that deserve to be slimed. Ash.
I don't have any, man. I said that one earlier, which I could have put down here, but I totally. So that's what I probably would have put down here.
You're talking about the phone call lines that
Yeah,
had.
absolutely.
He was dressed in gay.
Dang, bro.
Hey, don't be observing my son, bro. Like, why you observing his clothing? Like, get off his apparel, bro.
Crazy work.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, Juice. You got any lines?
The one that always killed me is when Max would dance with the assistant, and Bobby come out, dance with her, groove with her. Like, that's one of my favorite slept on lines in that movie.
I love dude. Like, dude is so good.
Bobby is my fave.
Yeah, he's really one of them one. Like, he's definitely, if we had like a sleeper character, he will always probably get it when we talk the Goofy series. Mig G.
Yeah. Okay, so I had that one, of course, the Bobby dance with her. But I also have, yo, Stacy, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, baby. That will always be a classic line forever. But I think that's it. That's all I got.
In that same scene, I got a later line of it. Everybody mamba, and then it's Dork and Dork Jr.
Hey,
it's Dork and Dork Jr.
That kills me every time.
That's so good. Like, whoa, hey, hold up. You know what I mean?
He got Max face and said it too. Like,
bro, like no chill. Like, whatever. Ash, things you would change about the movie or what they didn't get right in your opinion.
Just accept it for what it was. It's something small. Just how Pete made PJ knock that last bowling pin down. I just thought, like, come on, bro. That wasn't necessary. Like, that it's petty, but come on, bro. And he said strike. Come on, man.
Yeah. Mig G.
No, I didn't have anything. I love this movie. I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay, Juice.
And I guess I messed up and already said mine. Just how they got to the concert. That's it.
Okay.
They just appeared. He said we gonna get there, and they see no, they there. I'm like, all right, I get y'all trying to cut for time or something, but like,
because this movie didn't have to be this short. Like, that's why I was thinking. Like, it don't really have to be this short. They could have another 10, 15 minutes. I've been fine with that.
Yeah, that's it. Show me how they snuck in and got around security and got in the case. Because that's not happening today at all. So show me how it would have worked in the 90s. Like,
yeah. So you make a great point about that. That even an additional 5 minutes just in the water, and then they end up on land, and they see like, hey, Maxley, get in the box, whatever. Like, hook it up. For me, a couple of things. In the beginning, Goofy opens Max's room and he's low-key dressed like a mom. But again, as we spoke on the sequel, Where Are the Moms? And this kind of felt like a slap in the face a bit. And also in this scene, when Goofy had the vacuum on and when he was getting everything up, with the vacuum, when he got towards power line, the cutout, it's a weird gesture of like kind of giving like oral vibes. When he had the microphone, it was like the suction of the vacuum was like I was like, y'all stop it.
You're crazy.
But you know they're known for that. Like they're known for those little. I didn't look this up. I just was looking. I was like, that was weird. Like, why is that happening? So that's that. If y'all go back, you be like, oh, that was weird. And lastly, Max's singing voice, it didn't match his speaking voice, and it's really noticeable for me. It's you could tell it's a different actor singing versus. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Lion King, Simba, some you can whatever, but yeah, it was just really noticeable to me, and I was like, it kept throwing me off. So. All right, lastly, before we get out of here, I'm going to throw the ball in your court first, Juice. Moral of the story, in your opinion, of a Goofy movie?
I really just feel like it shows that, like, parenting there's no, like, roadmap to parenting. Like, everybody's learning as they go. Like, I guess that could have been a metaphor for the map on a road trip, but like,
I was just about to say,
look, I uploaded that too. That's crazy, but like you learning as you go. Like you've never been here before. Your kid is growing up. You used to them being a baby, and now they in their own, like they become their own person. You got to learn how to cross that bridge together and find some common ground.
Okay, great point. Ash Bash.
Yeah, mine is actually similar. I had learned to meet each other halfway. Like I said, there was that tug of war with Goofy and Max, just because they, had more learning to do about each other. So, yep.
Me G.
So mine just simply said, talk to your kids. I feel like Ash said before, all of this could have been avoided with a conversation. And I feel like a lot of the movie was just a lack of communication. Now, don't get me wrong, because gentle parenting has been turning me every which way but loose, beating my ass all up and down and around and left, right, uppercut. However, when my daughter does something wrong, something she don't have no business doing, I still make it a point to have a conversation with her so that we can get to the bottom of things together in a way where there's some sort of understanding when possible. And I feel like you just got to talk to these kids, man.
Yeah. For me, the moral of the story, in my opinion, don't spend the whole trip arguing. You'll miss out on a lot of fun and memories if you spend your whole trip arguing, trying to get your point across. Don't spend the whole trip arguing. Been there, done that. Trust me. Your recovery matters. Recover from whatever it is. Let's work through it, and let's not waste any more time. And you see that they had a good time at one point of the trip, and then of course they had a low, and then they got a high when they got back to power line at the concert. But like, don't spend your whole trip arguing. Like, whatever's arguing, let's work this out because we still got many days left on this trip. So, and that is our episode, man. We thank y'all truly for tuning in. Of course, Juice, man, we thank you for joining us. I'm sure we're gonna have you on a few more episodes. Whatever we doing, me, just keep him in the loop. If it's something that he sees fit, that's like, oh, I got a lot of things I want to say about it by any means. So for y'all, for the listeners, and I'll give you whatever you want to say last, Juice. For the listeners, our next episode will be a TGIF episode. We know that we didn't get to do our mothers one. I told y'all we had some technical difficulties, so it didn't happen. And so with this one, we're going to do a little different. Since we didn't get to really get into our mothers, we're not going to really get into our fathers either. What we're going to do is we're doing our 6 characters that were influential to our personalities. 6 characters that were influential to our personalities. 3 from television and 3 from movies. And then there'd be some honorable mentions. And we want y'all to also submit y'all's juice. Feel a part of it. If you see that, you want to do a little research, get tapped in, do the same thing. So 3 television characters that were influential to something about who you are today, and 3 movie characters that were influential about who you are today. So that will be coming out next Friday because it's our TGIF. And then after that, we will reveal what our next category of films will be. And I'm excited about our next category. So we've definitely covered our mothers, we've covered our fathers. Before I give you the mic, Juice, Ash, just briefly, how do you feel about just the coverage of the mothers and father films that we've covered here? How does it make you feel now that we're concluding that?
I think we surprised a lot of people with our choices. I think we went a different route than what people may expect us. We had some interesting mothers and fathers that had some complications and some, just some differences. So it wasn't all, sweet, but I think it was real, and it's fitting for us as hosts. So
yeah. Mia G, how do you feel like concluding our 3 movies for mothers, 3 movies for fathers?
I agree with Ash. It was very it was very atypical. We didn't do the traditional happy-go-lucky Mother's Day, Father's Day, it's all love situation. We have a tendency to take things left, but that's what I love about us. I feel like we all 3 of us picked completely different films, and we all surprised each other by going in completely different directions. I think we had some of our best conversations with some of these.
I agree with that.
Isaiah was wild.
Well, the numbers tell it all, because that's like our second highest one right now. For whatever reason, I didn't know people rock without losing Isaiah like that, and that was my first watch as my pick. I feel good about, like I said, we it's totally different, and we just jumped around from animation to a black film, a hood film, a white film. We just jumped around everywhere with it, and I love what we do, and it's got me excited about next year. Lord willing, that we be able to come back around again in the cycle. Now we all got to choose another movie. We got to choose for fathers, choose for mothers. So it's been an exciting journey, and I'm glad that we did this. I love every movie pick we all picked in this one, because all of them were so different. It's been exciting, and we about to continue to cook up. I know we're at the halfway mark of this year. We will be doing like a recap when we get to 50 episodes, and also a recap when we get to our 1-year anniversary, which will be in November, I believe. So, Juice, anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
I just want to say I appreciate y'all having me on here. So this is my first time ever doing a podcast. So so I appreciate y'all being welcoming, and this is fun. I like this.
Yeah,
man. I will gladly pop up anytime.
Period.
That's a shout out to Mia for bringing you on. You are now a friend of the show, you're a brother of the show, and man, feel free anytime. Like I said, the movie that fits, come on, man. Ain't no problem. We gonna laugh it up, we're gonna chop it up, we're gonna talk movies like we do. So stay tuned with us, man. And like I said, shoot me some movies that happen to be some stuff that you really like, because if we come across it, and Mia could throw it in the chat, and we kind of don't tell each other what we're gonna review next. So feel free, just throw some movies that you like, and if it happened to be one of the ones we're gonna pick, that might be the thing. Hey, you should invite him on. So man, no doubt, man. Thank you, Juice, for joining us, and thank y'all Stoop Kids for tuning in, man. Hopefully this has made y'all Wednesdays. We just enjoy doing this, man. Y'all stay tuned. Again, y'all can reach out to us, childishgrownups3@gmail.com, Instagram, The Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces, or y'all can reach out on the YouTube. Expect some more reels, expect some more episodes, and who knows what we're going to create next. So y'all stay tuned, keep supporting us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Peace out.